Welcome to the Flip Thinking Podcast. In this podcast, you'll listen to intimate conversations between Bertolt Gunster and his guests. Together, they'll explore the guest's personal problem and try to make it feel lighter or make it disappear altogether. This can be achieved in different ways. Sometimes they can simply solve the problem, but more often than not, they'll find that they have to let go of expectations or views they hold about themselves. At other times, they can only observe the fact that there is a problem without judging it. And in some cases, they can flip think the problem.
Well, good to have you here. Can you tell me something about you? Who are you? What's your name? And do you have a kind of background? Where do you come from? Is there an origin? Tell me.
My name is Rikst. That sort of tells you that I'm Dutch.
R-I-X-T.
X-T. R-I-X-T.
Okay. Dutch.
R-I-X-T. Rikst. Sounds like Bond, James Bond.
Yeah. Beatrix.
Nee.
Our
it's from
Dutch
Rigwalda.
queen. Rignalda.
Rigwalda, which means Queen of the Forest. So yeah, it's a very old name. Anywho, it's a Frisian name.
Yeah.
So I'm Dutch.
Yep. Born in Holland, the Netherlands.
Born in the Netherlands, yes.
Dutch parents.
Frisian parents.
Frisian,
yeah.
okay.
But
Which is a province in the Netherlands.
Yes, exactly. But I wasn't born there. I didn't grow up there either. I grew up in the west of the country.
Mm-hmm.
However, I moved abroad in 2004, 5.
At what age?
38?
I don't know.
guess.
It's your life.
No, earlier. I mean, 56 now. Sorry, 50. This is hard when you do the English and the Dutch numbers.
In Dutch
65.
we say...
No, I'm 56. Jeez.
In Dutch we say...
Let's cut this.
56, 65. We'll
Yeah.
all keep this in this podcast. We won't take it out. It's too interesting. So you are 56, right?
Yes.
In Dutch we say 56.
Yeah.
But it is 56.
56
so in 2004... You went abroad, right?
Moved to the UK.
Which is 19 years ago, so you're 37 roundabout.
Yeah, exactly.
Why did you move abroad?
There was an opportunity for work that allowed my partner and me in the day to move to the UK.
In the day, because you're not together anymore, I then presume.
No,
yeah.
we're not. Yeah. And we sort of said to each other, there's not enough restaurants anymore that we can sample and try out, so we need to go to a place where we have more restaurants.
Oh,
and
so this was the motive?
Yes, one of the motives. Yeah. London had a lot of restaurants. We never made all of them because 2 years later, moved to India, Bangalore. Really fantastic.
Also together, still then?
Yeah.
Did you have children?
No, don't have kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
To India afterwards,
India.
and then?
Yeah. 2 years later, he decided to go back to the Netherlands, and I decided to not do that. So I continued my journey abroad.
And was this a geographical or also a relationship break? Both?
Relationship break, yeah.
Okay.
In good sense of the word. I think this is one of the examples where when you love someone, you let them go. Yeah, it was really, I still feel
There's a grand story behind this.
There's a grand story behind
but
that.
But this is not what you are
but
coming
that's
for,
not
are you?
what I'm
But this makes me curious.
share.
It does, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And then after India, you moved to
Australia.
And there you spent how many years living there? Or do you
10 plus years. I moved there in 2010.
Yeah. And where do you live now?
Now, currently, I'm here in the Netherlands. I had an opportunity last year to come to the Netherlands for work, to Amsterdam. And later on, there were some family reasons where I decided to stay a little bit longer. So that's why I'm still here. But at the end of this year, I will return back to Melbourne.
And this really feels as your house to, I presume, Australia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like home.
It feels like home.
Yeah.
And how does the Netherlands feel now when you are here?
Also home.
You have two homes.
Yeah. And when I was living in India, that felt like home. I'm really glad that I am able to
you look glad saying this.
Yeah.
You don't feel torn apart. No. But this is still not where you are coming for.
No.
What's your topic, your problem?
Yeah. Well, like I wrote to you in the email, the fact that I'm now 56 and still bite my nails. I know that I do this like since childhood. Maybe I was 4
Can I
or
see
5
them
years
if I may be so...
So the way I do it
seems,
but look.
It seems okay.
No.
To me, it doesn't...
So I take a few that I'm not biting on, and that means that the others are completely being ruined.
So how many
right
do
now,
you ruin, if I may ask so?
1, 2, 3, 4. Which allows the other 6 to grow. But the other 4 never.
But you manage to be specific in the ones you attack and the ones you leave alone.
That I'm not sure yet. It's
well, you're only 56, so you can take some years to figure that out.
Yeah. Well,
but there is
recently I'm really
a preference in a way.
The thumbs and the pinky finger.
Can you tell me something about what gives you joy pleasure in doing so, because there must be some benefit out of feeling your nails. So let's not consider this at first as a problem, but as an opportunity, possibly a joyful experience.
Activity.
Yeah. So talk about the joy, please.
So it starts like this, right? I'm already doing it.
Yeah.
So
this podcast, people can't see it, but
so I feel this little piece
on your
of
thumb?
skin on my thumb, and then I sort of start peeling it off.
This must be.
And then the rest.
Such a joyful experience.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily need to.
There's pain involved, right? A little bit pain involved.
Only when I when I bite it off too far, and that I don't like.
Is a part of the pleasure the pain, or is the pain? No, it's not. No. So you're not doing it for the pain.
No.
You do it for the joyful experience.
Achievement. Peel this off.
Achievement.
Yeah.
You achieve something.
Yeah.
You are in a way repairing your thumb or making it better. You know it looks ugly, but it feels like you're creating something.
I'm doing something.
You're doing something.
Yeah, and I'm achieving something. Yeah,
it's
nice that you ask this question.
When something that's loose gets off, it feels like accomplished.
Yeah.
And there's
whether or not it's a good activity or not, or a smart thing to do, doesn't matter.
I don't know.
I started it and I finished it.
Yeah, but it gives a little. Could you say it gives a little bit dopamine? This feels good.
Of course.
Oh yeah,
totally.
This is good. Yeah. Okay, good. So this is why we understand that you do so. Yeah. So what's the problem?
Well, not when you say it like, nice dopamine hit.
Other people smoke cigarettes, do other things.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't rather smoke cigarettes. But I would like to figure out if there's another way I could get that hit, if that's what's necessary.
Yeah, so let's.
Because I don't really like the result. I think
it doesn't look that beautiful, right?
Exactly. And I associate it with childish and not grown up.
Now we are getting somewhere.
Yeah.
This is a psychological element of it. This is what we will explore. No, it's okay.
You're in control.
I don't think so, but I'm trying. So let's first establish, and there's a very big yes in there, that it gives you a little shot of dopamine. It's a nice experience, and it doesn't look that beautiful. Yeah. But when I'm looking at your hands, I didn't notice. And as you are just peeling off not all your fingers, but a few of them, I could say that the end result is not that bad as you might experience. Can I say so? Do you agree or don't you agree?
Yeah, I do agree.
It's not that your hands look awful and that you're ashamed for your hands. Yeah. You put them in your pockets, you don't want to show them. That's not the case, right?
No. So and it's not that, because I have, of course, had times where it's really bad and it all really hurts. So that's not the case right now.
And when
that I do it, like, gosh, why do I still need it?
But that's the interesting question. You're going too fast. Okay. This has something to do with childish, but not because we are not there yet. First, I want to have a common confirmation and that we agree on the fact that it's something nice. Your hands don't look ugly. You don't feel the urge to put them in your pockets. You are not ashamed of it. It just is childish. That's what you said. Yeah? Okay, so let's examine the more psychological side effects of you having an opinion about yourself while doing so. So you find yourself childish doing so? Yeah,
I think it's a childish activity. Yeah.
Could you tell something more about this?
I've been doing this since I was a child.
What age?
4, 5,
Very
I think. Yeah. So it sort of makes me feel small. Perhaps it's because I started doing this when I was so young, so it reminds me of that time. Yeah. So hence childish.
But to help you, I do agree. You're 56. You've visited a lot of countries. You've been through a divorce in a harmonious way, with a lot of story behind it, which we won't explore during this podcast because this is not your topic. And then still attacking your nails in such a way as you do, I agree, this is very childish. You should have grown up.
Yes, and so
a long time
that's
ago.
Also the conflict that I feel. I'm a big girl. I'm a woman. Indeed, like you said, travel the world.
You say so. But you don't act like a woman. No.
Exactly. When I'm biting my nails, I'm not.
A child, a child.
Yeah.
So now I want to explore with you the most terrible way you could describe yourself like a child. Is there even worse word in describing yourself while doing so?
A scared child. Ugly, I guess. But I'm not sure. Yeah, afraid.
Afraid child.
Scared.
Insecure.
Insecure.
This is a good yes from you. Abandoned.
Yeah, abandoned.
Lonely.
All by herself.
Alone. Afraid.
Insecure. Not knowing what to do. That's very important. Not knowing what to do. Maybe knowing what to do, but afraid to fail in what I'm doing.
Yeah. So
and then nail biting. Lack of confidence. wanting to, but not knowing how.
It's really all about being a child, right? All these words, insecure,
being too
young,
small to do anything about something. And then biting my nails is just, I can do that. I can get that achievement. Yeah. So all the other stuff that I think I'm supposed to do.
So we can summarize that when you see yourself biting your nails, you experience yourself as a child.
Incapable.
In a negative sense of the word, because children can be spontaneous, can be funny.
Child.
An incapable child. So this is how it feels. At the same moment, although it gives you a little shot of dopamine and pleasure, the feeling of achieving something, it isn't that much, but it gives you the feeling. Yeah. At the same time, you feel, I am an insecure child doing this.
Yeah. Incapable of
anything, I guess.
Anything.
Sitting in a corner waiting for somebody to come, but nobody will come because you will be abandoned for being who you are.
Maybe. That one needs to land. One moment.
Take your time.
Can you say it again?
Waiting to be for somebody to come, but nobody will come. You will be abandoned in the end.
Yeah, abandoned for who I am, you said.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're chewing on this idea. Yeah. Take your time. Yeah. Take your time. Because these are not exactly the right words, I presume. I think not, right?
No, I need to allow to let them in. Yeah, I do think it's...
To allow to let them in?
Yeah, because it's horrible.
How does it feel then? Tell you something about how you feel now when we use these words. You don't look that happy, do you?
Ready to cry, yeah.
There's an urge to cry.
Yeah, I can feel that sitting there.
There's sadness there.
Being abandoned, nobody will show up for who I am, yeah. In all my powerlessness of not being able or knowing what to do, yeah. No, that's not very nice. It hurts.
We are hitting on something here, right? Okay, so this is what you associate with checking your nails. I think a lot of emotions are now flooding through your body system. Yeah. Tell me something about where you are hanging out now. Can you say this in English? Hang out now? This is a Dutch expression. Waar hang je uit? Where are you hanging out?
Yeah, I think so. If you could say it.
Where are you? In what place?
Yeah, in a room, literally in that corner.
Yeah. You are seeing yourself there.
Yeah.
You're picturing yourself.
Yeah, in my room as a child. Yeah. So sometimes even being sent to that room. And actually, in a way, that was good.
Sent to that room?
Yeah, like your mom would say, go to your room.
Yep.
Yay!
Yeah, go away. I don't want to see you.
Yeah, exactly.
Close the door.
Yeah, so that was somewhat safe.
Be there on your own.
Yeah, that was somewhat safe. But then also I felt very scared and insecure and alone. Abandoned.
And could you then say that by peeling off your nails, is this how you say it?
Biting.
Biting.
Yeah.
That you, as a child, in such a moment, you gave yourself comfort?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's you might say it's a kind of behavior that manages uncomfortable feelings, and it does so quite well in a way.
Yes. Yeah.
So as a child, you needed this comfort, and it worked.
Yeah.
Now, as a grown-up woman of 56, as we say it in English, we don't give you 9 extra years only because of a language problem. Yeah. So now, as an older woman of 56, I would say mature grown-up woman, 56, still now and then producing this behavior. I presume it still gives you some comfort now and then. Yeah. Which I think is all right. There's no problem with that. You don't damage your hands in such a way that you're ashamed to show them. So nobody knows, in a way. You don't have to put them in your pockets. Yeah. And although it still gives you this comfort it gave you as a child, and now and then you might need this comfort, but then you give this judgment about yourself. Now I am still a little insecure child.
Yeah. I still need to go to that behavior to comfort.
Yeah. But your opinion is, I am childish doing so. As a grown-up woman, I shouldn't need this anymore.
I can imagine that I would need some comfort when I feel uncomfortable, but I don't think it needs to be nail biting.
But you haven't found another way to comfort yourself yet, did you?
No.
Like some people start drinking or taking drugs, which are also ways of managing feelings of uncomfort. And this is discomfort, right? This one is less damaging than taking drugs or drinking whiskey all day, right?
Yeah.
Physically, it won't kill you,
but it is still,
does it?
It's still damaging. I mean, not like drugs and smoking.
Yeah, it's damage yet. Little damaging.
Yeah.
Minor damaging.
Yeah. So in a way, I'm lucky that I didn't choose to do that. But of course, as a 4-year-old, I didn't really have access to that. So
because now you would have been on drugs and probably dead if you did so. Yeah. Before reaching the age of 10. Yeah. If you start drugs on your 4th, we won't recommend this in this podcast to nobody to take drugs.
No, exactly.
So we agree that you have this old behavior of comforting yourself, which is not damaging. It's just the only problem you have with it is that you find yourself childish doing so. That's the only problem that remains. Yes. Am I right?
Yeah.
So this makes it a little bit lighter problem than the problem you came at the start of this podcast, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to, I mean, I've given this a lot of thought, and now and then, I'm not thinking about it all the time, but the fact that it's connected with me taking care of myself, comforting myself as a young child is kind of nice. I think it's really soothing, right? I think that's nice. Yeah.
Now you're making suddenly a shift during this podcast from going from a negative judgment.
As a child, but as a grown-up...
Yeah, but you're looking quite happy saying so.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's very sweet that a little child who really feels alone and abandoned is able to soothe her.
Right. Comfort herself.
I think that's really cute. Yeah. So I didn't really realize that.
And how would it be then? This is the, I think, logical next question. How would it be that you look at yourself now, being 56, looking at yourself as being a mother of yourself, and then with the same love and attention and awareness, comfort yourself with the idea that this is just what you need and it's sweet and there's no problem with that at all.
And then I go,
Then there's a no, because you still think it's childish, don't you? Yeah. So now this is what I call a negative self-image. Being an insecure child that needs to do something with their fingers to comfort herself.
It's okay that I'm insecure, that the child is insecure and needs
but not as a grown
comfort. Maybe that's a good point.
Now you hesitate. I gave you the possibility to step in with me.
I'm just mulling over what you said about, is it childish to feel insecure and powerless and not sure what to do? That I don't think is childish. I think every grown-up has those moments where you go, not sure what to do next.
I'm insecure.
Feeling somewhat insecure.
There are too many options. I don't know what to do. I need to think about it.
Yes, exactly. So I don't think that's childish. That I'm resorting to nail-biting, that I think is childish when I have those moments.
Right. So what to do with this negative self-image?
Yes.
This is the only question that remains in this podcast. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. I will help you. Make fun of it. Embrace it with love and say to yourself, now and then I'm like an insecure child. With your brain, you know this is nonsense with your brain. But you cannot suppress this thought because you will still bite your nails now and then.
Yeah.
You need this behavior. And it's not damaging, it's okay. The only thing that's wrong with it is your negative self-image. So make a joke of it. So in the worst case, if people see you doing this, in the worst case, and they say, what are you doing? I'm like an insecure child. Now and then I need to bite my nails. Ha ha ha. Problem gone. Because the only one who makes a problem out of this is you. There's some resistance here. There's some resistance. I find this interesting. Why are you resisting to this approach?
And I don't think it's the making fun of it, but being able to really acknowledge or admit or be comfortable with, that's just the insecure child.
So then
she now and then I now and then have that or feel that way.
So then I have a next question, which is maybe more disrupting. Do you really experience yourself, in essence, being 56 as an insecure child?
I think more often I feel that way. Yeah.
So I presume you cannot let go of this self-image because this is what you think you are. You have identified with this self-image. Could I say so?
Yeah.
Not on a rational level.
Yeah.
Not on a logical level.
Yeah.
You know it's nonsense, but it feels so.
Yeah.
Could I say so?
Somehow I can't get over the idea that I, at least, not the idea, the fact that I'm...
The fact
that I'm a grown-up woman.
Yeah, still biting her nails. After having visited London, England, India, Australia, coming back to Holland, going back to Australia. Yeah. But still, in essence, you are an insecure child.
Yeah.
So you have
I find it hard to grow up.
You have totally identified with this negative self-image. Yeah. And this is an emotional label because with your brains, you know this is nonsense, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're still on the same page again.
Yes.
So the question, how can you get rid of these negative self-images while really believing it's true?
Yeah. And I wouldn't even call it a negative. It's like a self-image that to me is like true.
No, but it's really negative because nobody wants to be insecure. Nobody wants to have the threat to be abandoned. No one wants you want to be sent away, then feel a little bit insecure and uncomfortable, and then biting nails. Nobody wants to be in that state of being.
Yes. Correct. Yeah. In that sense, it's a negative situation. It's a negative.
But your brains, it's not. But it's an emotionally state of being nobody wants to be there. You're 56. You don't want to be an insecure child, do you? No. You don't want to feel that way.
No, and also I know it's not true, right? When I
with the brain,
go, that's not the body of a 4-year-old.
No. Then if so, you would have had decades to live still. I cannot congratulate you with being 4 years old. No, you are really 56. So the question that remains is how to get rid of a negative self-image you really believe in.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
So my answer, I gave you the answer immediately. Make fun of it. Make a joke of it. See the humor of it, the absurdity of it. And tell the world, spread the knowledge, spread the facts, spread the word. I am an insecure child. That I go back to Australia and take a plane and I arrive there in time, that's a miracle. It's a miracle. For who I am, I'm 56, but I'm a child.
Yep.
So liberate this negative idea you're trying to suppress.
Yes, because that's what it is. That's how it feels.
It's like a bird in a cage. Open the cage and don't feed the bird. Don't talk to the bird. Don't try to persuade the bird. Just open the cage and let this self-negative image fly away.
Yeah.
And humor is the best way to do so. I would advise you.
Yeah.
Because really, when you came in, my first impression was, how old is she? 4, 5? And I talked to Dide, he was in the studio, the producer of this podcast, and she whispered to me when you were going to the bathroom, this is a really very insecure, childish woman, and we don't know what to do with her. Yeah. This is something nobody thinks. It's in your head. It's in your head.
I know. Yeah.
So it's sometimes
it's sometimes shocking for me, right? To realize, oops.
I'm 56, this is what I think of myself.
Yeah.
Being where we are now in this conversation we have, how does it feel right now? Sigh.
Yeah.
Sigh is always good. A sigh.
Yeah, sigh is always good.
It's a sign of letting go.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
You're looking for words,
are
you?
I see an image. Yeah.
Tell me about the image you see.
That makes me cry.
There's sadness again.
But it's warm tears, as they say. Yeah.
Give me the warmth, sadness.
Yeah. So my mom passed away not too long ago. And she left me this little painting. And it was always in her bedroom, so I thought it was hers. And I thought it was something that she liked. I guess so, because otherwise it wouldn't have been in her bedroom. It's an image of an older and a younger person walking together hand in hand. And I thought, this might be a nice image to put on the cards that you send to people when someone has passed away, right? But then I turned it over. And on the back it said, "Dear Rikst, you never have to be alone. Your mother." That's what the image that I'm seeing when you're saying there's this 56-year-old woman grown up holding that little child and then flying together to Australia. And
for those who are listening, you are taking a handkerchief now?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is really the comfort you desire, right? To be taken care of.
Yeah, when you said let it be, let that child be, open that cage, let her free. That's the image. And when you're asking me, how do you feel right now? That's the image that came up for me. Like, that's not a bad way to walk through life.
It's a sweet, loving way to look to life.
And it also comes back to what you're saying earlier about that mother who takes care of that child or is with that child. That's kind of nice.
To stay in the metaphor, the story of the picture, actually what you're doing until this podcast now is that when you are walking beside this child and yourself, you are carrying with you, as we are all carrying children within ourselves. Until now, you had this approach of not giving your hand to the child and condemning her.
Yes, I was sending
for
her to the room.
being small and secure.
Yeah.
And now you can give yourself the hand. Interesting talking about hands.
Yeah.
Right, hands.
Of course.
Give her the hand and comfort her and embrace her being insecure, but being okay.
Yeah. Not being alone.
It's okay to be insecure, and it's something you can repair, fix, whatever.
I like the idea.
In yourself.
Yeah. Instead of eating my hand,
smiling now.
Yeah. Because
instead of eating
my hand, I'm going to take you by the hand.
Take your hand. Yeah.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This moves me.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it makes it all so simple now. I'm sighing too now. I think we're at the end of this podcast, aren't we?
Very much.
Do you have some extra words for our listeners, or for yourself, or for me?
No, I just want to thank you. This was really a beautiful moment of connection. Yeah.
Thank you. You're welcome. And if you bite your nails from now on, well, you just do so. Nothing wrong with it. You don't have to fix this problem. No. You can just be aware of it and see the love in it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you want to flip think your own problem too? In Bertolt Gunster's bestseller Flip Thinking, you will learn all about the life-changing art of turning problems into opportunities. Flip Thinking is available in England, Italy, Portugal, South Korea, United States, and soon in 17 other countries too. For info, check out flipthinking.info.